Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. There's been the report into the fire at Heathrow Airport, which, as you remember, it was an electrical substation that went up in flames. It's sort of saying it's down to poor maintenance and the age of some of the equipment. The cause why will probably come out in the full report, but there is an interesting little thing that's come out in the middle of it. Now, of course, this caused the airport to be shut for about 16 hours or so. And there was thousands, 6,000 flights that were either cancelled, diverted, or whatever. Much wailing and gnashing of teeth as people, had to change all their travel plans and things. It was a major problem. Now, you have a chief operating officer and a chief executive. The operating officer's name is Javier Echarvi. He was contacted by the authorities. He was trying to sort stuff out. Right, we've got to do this, got to do this, got to do something else. He was desperately, for quite some time, trying to reach the chief executive, because obviously a lot of the decisions would have to be made at chief executive level because of by necessity of what they are and the legal requirements, it being an airport and so forth. Well, it turns out that they attempted to reach him at 21 minutes past midnight to activate the bronze and silver command, and to put gold command on standby. These are the various levels of command structure that go into place to deal with various situations. They each have different responsibilities and each have different levels of authority. At 1:52, they tried to activate gold, but they couldn't reach the CEO. It requires the CEO to do this. So the COO, Javier, again tried to reach him many times during the early hours of March the 21st, when this fire was raging. In the end, he got the gold and silver running. He was allowed to do that, but the rules were there. He couldn't activate. So he got the bronze and silver running. He couldn't activate gold. Eventually, at 6:45 in the morning, he managed to get hold of the CEO. Now, apparently, the CEO had decided that turning his phone completely off, rather than just leaving it by the side of the bed to ring in the case of an emergency, was the correct procedure. I would suggest, no, you're paying an awful lot of money. You need to be reachable. I would also suggest, though, why didn't someone like the police send a patrol car? Or if it was out of the area, get hold of a police in another force and say, get someone over there, bang that fucker up and get him into this airport now. It seems to be there was no control. So there's the problem, isn't it? You've got a chief executive of an airport that is responsible for the safety of staff, equipment, passengers, emergency personnel, you name it. And in the midst of a big fire, he decides that, I gotta sleep now. And sleeps the sleep of the just, because nobody can be bothered to wake him up. And therefore, delay and indecision because various levels could not be done. It's a joke. I think, seriously, they need to look at things where there is key personnel and you can have several people able, on a command structure to call these various forms of command. So the CEO can do it on himself. Maybe the COO and ground safety can do it as well if they do it, they do it together and things like that. You've got to put these in place. But to sleep through what could be a very nasty event, I think he needs to resign or buy an alarm clock. Or just not turn his bloody phone off. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks a lot. Bye.